Baseball Night in America, only on Fox.
The Desert Double continues with NASCAR taking center stage. Live from Phoenix, tomorrow at 3 on FS1.
A new year dawns on the face of America. Now the journey can begin. The midterm elections. Fox News will be with you every step of the way. America is watching.
Welcome to the World Baseball Classic. Aaron showing all day. White Barber. The best against the best.
All right, Fox Saturday Night Baseball is back. Fans are back. Celebrations are back. Same night every week. No thinking required. You bring the couch, we'll bring the drama. Baseball Night in America.
So what are you waiting for?
The stage is set for a weekend where IndyCar and NASCAR go back-to-back on one track. The Desert Double continues with NASCAR taking center stage. Live from Phoenix, tomorrow at 3 on FS1.
Spent a bit of time last inning talking about some of the Hall of Famers who have hailed from this island, Puerto Rico. These are just the guys on the coaching staff for Puerto Rico. Alex Cintron, Jose Rosado, Edgar Martinez, Juan Gonzalez, Sandy Alomar Jr., and Joey Cora, who still has wheels, by the way. Joey Cora sprinted up the third baseline to get to his third base coach's box last half inning. That guy would beat me in a foot race any day.
And it's cool to sit up here, man, and just during batting practice or when they're having their workout in the afternoon, just to watch some of these coaches and the players too. You just see them, you can't hear what they're saying because we're all the way up here. We're just talking here. We saw Carlos Beltran and Edgar Martinez. You know, and you can see them. They're going through their swings and talking here. You just, I'd love to be, standing around the cage, especially if I'm a young hitter, whether you're on this Puerto Rican team or any team. Listen to that conversation. There he is.
Edgar Martinez switching on Bethencourt, leadoff man for Panama. It's gone on strikes.
And you see Rivera starting to get nice and settled. All those jitters, I'm sure they've been built up probably yesterday and today. Thinking about this game, now all of a sudden you can settle in. You go back to last inning too, this Panamanian team, 3 of the 4 hitters swinging at the first pitch, a couple of them outs. You make it easy on the guy you're facing, especially when you don't want him to settle in. You're doing favors right there if you start swinging and getting really aggressive.
Rado and Rivera both really efficient here in the early going. Rivera not even at 25 pitches as he works here with 1 out in the top half of the third. Right, there are a few people better suited to speak on this than you. Edgar Martinez last season joins the Mariners and becomes the director of hitting, and I mean that bore immediate results. I think so often as casual fans you think, all right, well, how much is a hitting coach really going to do? How much is a director of hitting really going to do? But I mean, a switch flipped with that Mariners offense, and that's what Puerto Rico's kind of hoping for.
Yeah, we'll put it this way, and you're going back to 2024, there's Edgar, but all right, Julio Rodriguez, right? He's always been a slow starter for that Mariners team. He's a superstar, and he's just so athletically gifted. We're seeing him with the Dominican team, some of the highlights already. But midway through 2024, Edgar Martinez stepped in when Dan Wilson took over. And it was just the simple fact, the simple art of hitting, some of the conversations, the messages that he can translate that is outside of the typical, the data behind it or, some of the 5 different voices.
Just in a pitch timer violation on the hitter Luis Castillo. So that goes as a strikeout for Rivera. Came on a 2-strike count. And now Jose Caballero in the on-deck circle is shouting with Laz Diaz, the home plate umpire. That'll go as the 3rd strikeout. You talk about helping a guy out.
Yeah, absolutely. They've done plenty of that the last couple of innings. But again, just the impact he made for Julio Rodriguez and just the simple art of hitting, some of the human conversations that he had. Julio speaks about it still as we got through 2025, and that also seeped into what he did. You mentioned in 2025 when he came on more of a full-time, but man, it makes such an impact. Talking to a guy who's done it, and it's not that, today's game was so inundated with some of the data and the analytics with hitting. But you listen to him speak hitting, man, you're going to listen.
There he is, one of the Hall of Famers hailing from Puerto Rico. He was actually born in New York, but he was raised here on the island. Just misses there from Rivera.
And Edgar, you go back and hear about his story too. He was so overlooked. It wasn't someone who was this giant prospect. And then, finally got a chance to play professionally. Made his way to the big leagues, and the rest is history.
By the way, the only guy that we are missing is we'll get a mound visit here from Christian Vasquez.
And by the way, real quick, you saw that pitch clock running out too. We've had a few issues here with this pitch clock. You see Vasquez will quickly throw his arms up, go after that mound visit before that clock ticked down to 0.
That's a veteran guy. That's a really good point because with a young pitcher on the mound, and Rivera has worked with Vasquez in winter ball, so Vasquez very mindful of obviously how Rivera